At Q2, we are fully committed to our community to help promote the successes of local business while shining a light on the path towards starting your own business is an opportunity we couldn't pass up. We are proud to sponsor this airing of Edge of the Plains.
Somebody had told me 20 years ago I'd be doing this now. You know, I think almost everybody probably says that at some point in their life. Everyone thought the idea of making wooden spoons was a horrible idea. When I would go to somebody's house for a party or whatever it was at the time, the first thing I'd do is go into their kitchen and dig through their utensil holder and see what I could find. And I always just loved the spoon that's just beat up and burnt and crooked and worn. And I'd ask questions about them, and lots of times it's like, oh, that's my grandma's, you know, or that was my great-grandma's, and it was passed down, and my mom had lived with that in Europe for 20 years, or whatever it was, you know. There's always a story behind them. We manufacture and sell hardwood wooden kitchen utensils. Spoons, rolling pins, some bowls even. Thank goodness we never cut any corners. We want to make stuff that your grandchildren will pass on to their grandchildren. That's kind of what we say around here. I started Earlywood about 12 years ago. 3 years into being an engineer, I created a website and started selling Earlywood items on there. Then Earlywood just kept getting bigger and bigger. So at first, Earlywood was 10% of my time, and daytime and engineering was 90%. And then it got to where there was more than 100% in the day. I mean, Earlywood started going better. I was still working remotely as an engineer, so it was like I had 2 40-hour-a-week jobs for quite a while. At that point, something just had to give, and especially when I had my first child. There's no way I can work 2 40-hour-a-week jobs and have a child. So at that point, we decided to pull the plug on one, and engineering didn't make the cut. Went 100% Earlywood.
Hey guys, let's go. We're gonna get ready to go.
I wouldn't say I was super confident that it was gonna work. Gross.
No, downstairs with that.
Downstairs with us.
That's not where it belongs. Okay, bye, Annie. See ya. Bye.
It definitely bums me out when I have to miss, you know, things that my kids are up to because I'm here at work.
Jim, where are we going?
I think we're going to Damaraland, up by Sesfontaine. We are in the middle of nowhere, Namibia. For me, travel has always been like a discovery, right? You know, of cultures, of food, of people. Harry Licious back there in the back. Woo! And Captain Chaos.
Hold the map the way it's supposed to be, bud. That's not what I'm doing. Do you believe it?
I know. The more you go around the planet, the more you think, well, everybody's the same, but not. And the things you learn, the perspectives you gain, and the people you interact with, you learn so many things. Work hard for the money.
Yeah, so you started the business with your dad.
Basically, the start of it ended up with a little bit of, how shall we put it, military pilfering. I was on active duty down at Camp Pendleton, selling, repairing parachutes and stuff, and senior called up and said, hey, I need some fabric and some material, some webbing, some thread. We started in the basement of his house, and before long, we had converted the garage to a metal shop, the kitchen to a cutting room, and half the basement to a factory, and that was factory number 1. We built the factory around the process, and then the process is not only machinery and equipment, it's people that work here. The people that work here love to create and make things. They're craftspeople. We manufacture rugged and reliable travel gear here in our factory, like rucksacks, duffel bags, everything you can think of that's made out of nylon and zippers. You know, it's like my old truck or my pocket knife that I've had for 20 years. You know, you can count on it. That's what I live for. I would say I've never worked harder for nothing in my life than I did the year that COVID hit here. It's been a really tough year. Obviously, we're about mobility, and people were told to stay home. We're about travel. People didn't travel. You know, you're not going to the market. You're not taking a market tote. So we literally saw things like completely collapse. Our website traffic fell to about literally zero. Never seen that, having been online for over 25 years. And we had to, restructure, cut back, pare back our workforce. There's some tough times.
Even in the tail end of a global pandemic, I think seeing our community lose so many important people, so many elders, all that knowledge that's been passed down for thousands of years sort of ended because of this, and so we lost a huge part of who we are.
I don't know what the stats are these days, but they're, you always hear like, 90% of businesses go out of business within the first year, and then out of the 10 that make it, 90% of them go out within the next 5 years.
That's a big part of being, in business for yourself. You understand the risks, you understand the reward.
Your mind is consumed with your business because sometimes your friends, if they work a Monday through Friday job, might not understand why you can never go somewhere on a Saturday or why an alarm goes and you got to run to work.
Today, they messed up a $600 blank piece of material. It's gone, can't use it, got cut to the wrong size. So what keeps me grounded is that it's not all amazing, that you're gonna have your trials, your tribulations, your issues, your problems.
You never have a day where you don't have something to think about or something to do or a problem to solve.
I mean, we were lucky to have some money. We blew it all over the last 2 years, starting with rock treads and living with no income for 2 years. Try to get a house loan with no job for 2 years. That's a really good one. We packed up and quit our lives in North Carolina and moved in with my in-laws for a year to focus solely on rock treads and get it going. All of my father-in-law's buddies, they're the cronies around here in town. All of them are like, you'll never live here. It's too hard to live here. You'll never make it. You'll never find a job. We got our shit straight and went back to the fly fishing show in 2018 with our version of it. People were super receptive. Were it not for rock treads, I don't think we would have been able to buy Crazy Creek. We wouldn't have ended up in Red Lodge. We are in the beautiful R&D room of Crazy Creek products. Crazy Creek is the inventor, the originator of the sit-on-the-ground camping chair. It was invented by Rob Hart here in Red Lodge out of an old canoe suit because he was a prolific rock climber and ice climber. Rob got tired of freezing his ass off. They were the first ones to ever invent. Ooh, this one's old. Yeah, this is an old one. So Crazy Creek is a chair that has no legs. It allows you to sit on anything, whether it be the ground, a stump, a rock, your cooler. And then it evolved. At one point there were 12 other brands making this similar product. Now there's 2. And one of them just quit and ordered $1 million worth of chairs, REI. And as of Tuesday, we got a 28,000 chair order from REI. On Wednesday, we got a 9,000 chair order from Dick's Sporting Goods. And they all go out next week. But the reason we're getting them, and it's going to be hard for us to try to budget and plan going forward once the logistics of the world get back. I mean, are they going to buy it again? We don't know.
You know, you got to get off the thinking about it thing and get to the doing and constantly be learning, right? Fail, react, learn, adapt, keep moving forward.
Rock 31 is a group of entrepreneurs and business advisors that work to ensure that business owners in our region have all the necessary resources and connections to start and grow their businesses, whether that's technical support, help getting capital, or mentorship. We work to ensure that we are creating a really vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem in and around Billings. The easiest way to reach out is to go to our website, rock31.org. We have a list of all the different services that we offer, the different resources. We have our mentor network listed on there. And so I think that's a great place to start and learn. And then next step would be just to contact us, email us, give us a call and say, hey, look, I'm really interested in starting a business, but I don't know where to start. Maybe I need capital, I need somebody to provide some insights into what I'm just about to get into. Whatever it looks like for you, we're here to make sure that you have what you need to be a success story in and around Billings, Montana.
At Q2, our commitment to community is unmatched, and we're proud to call this our home. As our area continues to grow, we will always have the heart of a small town. 66 years ago, Cook TV began broadcasting. Today, Q2 never stops. We are where you are. We're innovative with creative new content by keeping our finger on the pulse of this community. We're more than a news station. We grow businesses, provide a voice to those who don't have one, help connect rural areas, and most importantly, help make Billings and beyond a better place. When history happens right before our eyes, our cameras are rolling and our reporters are finding the story. We help guide, we tell stories, and we help our neighbors. We are Q2.
I was actually trying all my life to learn how to play the fiddle. And I can still hear my sister yelling down the hall, "Mom, tell her to stop." It was not good. And one day I said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to play the piano instead.
What do they do with Home on the Range? I'm not in middle C. That's the problem.
Something I learned early on.
Terrible.
You surround yourself with people that can support your cause, your mission.
Running a business is a scary thing. I was not a business major. I was an educator. And so there was so much I didn't know and so much I still am learning. I can think of one example where I just felt like I'm tired. I'm tired of doing this. It was at a trade show. And those are hard and long. I said, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And Risa said, why don't you stay with us? So I stayed with Risa and Lori, and truly, at a time when I needed them to, they recharged my batteries. As the years have gone, we've become closer friends, and then our husbands liked each other. So that made it even more fun because now we can mix business and pleasure, work and life.
I want our employees to always know that their families are first and the T is second. They don't feel like employees to me. They feel like co-owners as well, and they do their job like they own this business and they care about it, and it's just something super special.
They can do the things they're good at, and you can do the things that you're good at. And you should never try to do the things that you're not good at. It's a waste of money and it's a waste of time.
I feel good about making good products. I feel good about our business growing. But one of the best things I feel about it is just providing jobs in this town that only has 3,000 people in it. They're learning from me, I'm learning from them.
I know that a lot of people struggle with that when they're starting their company and looking to, bring on a partner into their business and, finding the right fit. That's the longest relationship I've ever had in my life.
One thing that is hard about supporting local is you don't always know where to go. So we also distribute through the Yellowstone Valley Food Hub. The Food Hub is an online ordering platform that really brings all these great producers together. Each producer in there is part owner of this co-op. We all wanted to succeed. And you really get to kind of just make those connections, those personal connections that I feel like really help drive that idea of food connecting people.
I don't stop. Whether I'm creating a building, a website, an image, a story, I don't know if I have the equal skill, but definitely equal enthusiasm. We're part of our neighborhood, and so when you move into a somewhat blighted neighborhood, what are you gonna do? Well, it's time to fix it up. Does the world need another shopping center? Absolutely not. Does the world need another outdoor venue to have live music and have friends gather? Yes. So my latest venture is an events lawn. The next thing you know, people are coming down to an area that they hadn't come down to before.
So a group of us bought the company then. We didn't buy it to make piles of money, which is a good thing, but we bought it because we wanted the town to thrive. We have so many manufacturing businesses for a town of less than 1,000. This heart of Harlow is beating. We're self-sufficient. Why is it important to support local? Because your dollar turns over and over and over, and it stays right here in the state. Now that's bragging rights.
I guess success isn't always just selling painting, and success isn't always showing in a new museum or a new gallery. Success is being able to provide for my family. Success is being able to provide opportunities for other people in my community. That's where I see success in myself, and that's where I want to grow success. And so that's why we're sitting here in this building. It's because I want to build a nonprofit to help people do that. The basic idea for this nonprofit is to be a hub for artists to come and work, to come and stay, to come and engage with the community, for chefs, poets, for culture, a gathering space for Indigenous people, the place for us in the city to feel comfortable.
A lot of kids, they go through the world looking down at their phones, and if you ask them to change a tire, they probably wouldn't even know what they need to even do that. The future is not looking at your phone and learning a TikTok dance. The future is going to be manufacturing and creating. And if we lose that, we lose. Everybody else is picking up my slack, and it's time for me to be able to give them a break. So through the process of the apprenticeships, through the process of hiring and training, I'm already feeling a little bit of a lift from the last couple of new hires where things are getting done and I didn't have to go do it. I'm not going to be able to teach every kid, and I'm only going to be able to maybe expose a few. But to those kids that want to learn and that have that drive, man, I can't wait to see what they can do.
We're just in my garage where I run my business, JC Woodworks, from. And I do all kinds of things from plaque making. I make cutting boards, cribbage boards, tables, anything anybody wants, I'll try and build for them. Wes Toscano, was the one who pushed me into getting a CNC. I was really on the fence before that because it's a lot of money for a high school kid to put up. But Wes told me that you'll make it, it won't be a problem, I guarantee it. And it's really took off from there. Business has exploded.
I'm not special. There's more people out there like me. We need to find them. The American dream is not dead. We can build whatever we want right here. And all we need to do is just buck up and get it done. And by able to do that, we need people who are doers and people who are gonna get up every day and do something.
All right, sounds like Clara, you're first base. Shay, you're at second. Josiah's over by shortstop.
I always hoped that I would get to the point where I had a business that I could set aside and it would run itself while I went and did things for myself or things with the family. I always wanted to get up in the morning and just go 100 miles an hour, get home, eat a 15-minute dinner, and then work until 9:30 at night. And I really enjoyed that, actually, when I could do it. And I kind of felt like it was almost necessary at the beginning. And thank goodness I had the, energy to do it at that point, because I don't really have the drive or the energy anymore to do that.
Let's do it.
Let's see some real pitching.
But if you stay on it every single day and make the best decision you can make that day, every day.
Good hit.
Oh, there it is. Run it out, bud. Good hustle.
It'll work out. Love being a dad, yeah. Yeah, I love it.
That's my friend. He's funny all the time.
Forrest. Anything? Getting anything? No.
Well, good ideas are a dime a dozen. Just go down to any bar and ask and sit down on the stool, and I guarantee you within an hour you'll hear a dozen good business ideas.
I would call it more the little engine that could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
She said, I love you 2 days ago, and she's walking. And so being able to set my own times so that I can spend more time with my baby girl is a beautiful thing.
But you better be confident in that that's what you want, that you can handle yourself.
If you have a passion about it, it's even that much better, because then you are never going to say no to a risk. You're never going to stop until you get it done. You'll go through concrete walls to get it done.
Beets are starting. Oh, we have some blossoms. There we go.
So first find your vision, find your heart. How important really is this to you? If it's not all that important and you're just throwing something out there, don't waste your time. I mean, if I could do it, I can assure you, you could do it, because there's no rocket science here. When we first married, I said, we will never have had enough time together. And I was right. I never thought of my age, ever. It was always a number. Probably about a couple, 2-3 years ago, I started to have to embrace my aging. And all of a sudden, bingo, it hits you like, yeah, you know what? You're a little bit more vulnerable than you think you are. and life could be short. Whenever I hear someone say to me, they should invent, or someone should, I always look at people and say, so what's wrong with you doing it? Who is they? You're they.
You can watch the full documentary exclusively on our Q2 streaming app. To learn more and find the way to download your copy, visit ktvq.com/streaming.
Watching MTN News with the new Q2 streaming app on Roku lets you see live newscasts, weather, sports, breaking news, events, and a lot more. To get set up, just grab the remote and turn it on. Go to the left-hand side of your screen and hit search, then type in Q2. Select Add Channel, and you're all set. It's that easy. Now, what if you don't have a Roku? Well, we've got you covered with apps for Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. You'll find instructions for all of those devices on our website at ktvq.com/streaming. With each of these streaming apps, you can experience all of the coverage you've come to expect from MTN, including the award-winning Under the Big Sky series, highlights and compelling stories from MontanaSports.com, and in-depth coverage of the state's largest industry with the Montana Ag Network. All of that plus the local news and weather you can count on every day. So download the Q2 streaming app today for Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, or Android TV, and head to ktvq.com/streaming for answers to all your questions from Montana's streaming news leader.